Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee, and Bly.
Captain Bly?
Well, It just says Bly.
Blee.
Blee. Maybe it's Blee.
Who knows?
Blee is full of glee
Works
and
for
says the future looks bright. So let's hope it is for everybody today. And
Indeed.
speaking of bright futures, somebody has a birthday. Yay!
Happy birthday, Fiber.
Happy birthday, Fiber. You will be first as soon as I get the Oracle out for today for everybody. The card for the collective.
Okay, Angel, thanks.
All right, Angel, thanks for that.
And you're welcome, of course.
Well, you might want to watch and take note. I'll be using a new deck today, so one of the new decks.
We're getting into our Halloween spirit here.
Indeed. And so I'm using the Halloween Oracle by, I believe it's Stacy DeMarco.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few Oracle here for Oracle readings. I have the Anatomy of a Witch, the Oracle of the Witch, and this one, the Halloween Oracle. I'm not going to let you shuffle because I'm going to let you pick one.
Okay.
Pick one out because I think they're all red.
Hi, Divine Universe.
Hey, Divine You. What you got?
Skull of Light. Illumination.
Oh, my. Well, let's see what the Skull of Light has to say. It can't be bad. So we can stay in the dark, exist only in the midnight hours, but shining the torch, the victory is ours. Ask the famous psychotherapist Jung, as the famous psychotherapist Jung suggested, knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darknesses of others. Taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed. It's too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the Skull of Light enter your life, know that it is time to open yourself fully to the clarity of bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen, to see, and to act upon what is shown to you. The time is past for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. Wow, sounds a little rebellious there, but also this whole idea of knowing thyself and, looking at our darknesses, because our darknesses also, will illuminate us as to how to deal with others' darknesses. I like it. It's a very good message. And
nice.
Illumination, knowledge is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what we have for the collective today. Hi, Buddy Blue. I see you've joined us after Divine You.
Thank you for your greeting, Divine. Beautiful and splendid.
All right, so let's get on with the birthday fun. We got a birthday reading we're doing first. Fiber Magic is up first because it is her special day. Or will be. I forget. Is it today?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Well, happy birthday to you. You will be getting a copy, you will be getting the birthday gift reading. I think I'll use my Ghost Tarot, Ghosts and Spirits Tarot for that. Thank you.
All right. You will also be getting Sunny Special Blessing for the tail of the ginger cat.
It's rubbing against my tablet. Stop that. But hey, I got shuffle room. I am not going to complain.
Sometimes it works better.
Maybe.
Maybe indeed.
Till he decides to, see, take it all over, move around, show me his butt. All right. Okay, well, let's hope we have good things to say. But everything, upright or reversed, has its gift qualities. And that's what we're going to focus on today. So a little bit from the past and leading to the present and where the year ahead is going to take you.
All right, here we go.
I'm eating grapes again. I found my Vampire shirt. You probably can't see it from here, but I was happy to find that today. Could you move his tail? All right. Thank you.
Is that other duties as assigned?
Yes. Producer. All right.
Card 1.
Card 1 is the gift you received last year that you can make the most out of this next year.
He is indeed excited for your birthday.
Oh, it's interesting. It's the 5 of Pentacles reversed. So, I think it was about recovery in some aspects, Fiber. I don't know if this was ill health or I don't know if this was like economic recovery for you. But it was also
Hi,
maybe
Kara.
finally finding your niche or your place in community. You know, maybe a community you've wanted to always be more participatory in.
Well, you know, this is a perfect card to say, oh, you came in from the cold, you know, the 5 of Cups, and that could be applied as literal or metaphorical, and I think more likely it's metaphoric, and I don't know the overall trajectory of your pathway with Fiber Magic book and Crochet Magic websites and all your media, but I sort of feel like that's the gift of last year, was the idea maybe of really coming in from a sense of a wilderness and moving into an area of more visibility, more warmth.
Sonny, don't keep getting your face on my tablet. Okay, the second card, the gift of the present moment. Hey, it's a Queen of Swords. Not too shabby, not too shabby. The Queen is upright. So I feel the gift of the present moment is your ability to discern and choose things that just are right for you at this time, you know, whether it's a chosen path, whether it's decisions that you have to make regarding about, you know, what you're going to do next. Well, I guess that's the same thing. But it's really about using, again, you know, sort of an intellectual capacity. We were talking about illumination, you know, with our card for the collective here. And I think nobody knows illumination like the Queen of Swords.
Right, exactly. I saw what you said there, and I figured it probably referred to that. And I feel that
I think so too.
I feel that the Queen of Swords for you now in this feeling here, it's kind of like being much more informed in certain ways, making informed decisions because you either understand that biz or other business, you know, that you need to navigate through as you're moving towards, you know, your little empire there. So I think that's what it's really saying, is that the idea of having good information, being informed enough to make the decisions, because it is a card of that.
So this one is the gift from your connections with others in the next year. Holy moly. And it happens to be upright too.
Okay, oh my.
It's the 2 of Cups. Woohoo! So
Well,
in other words, oh, you want to go ahead? Go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe
Yeah.
it could mean like a second honeymoon, you know, like maybe, you know, you'll just, you know, get away with someone special and enjoy the honeymoon again. But I think also, too, it is really saying this is the connection to a lot of other people, too, not just the one who means the most to you, perhaps, but the idea that there's so much bonding and creation of trust And there's all kinds of qualities here, Fiber, because there's a sense of humility, but there's also a sense of strong commitment and being and love, so it's really cool.
That is such an awesome card, especially when it's saying the gift from your connections in the next year. The gift is just this harmony and cohesion and this feeling that you belong together. You have found like a place. It probably directly relates with, where this present moment is taking you in the year ahead. I think that's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if we can keep this parade going here. The gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams and goals. Okay, maybe not. It's the Six of Pentacles, but you know what? I like this in a way too. The Six of Pentacles is reversed. And so what is the gift that will help you achieve, work on, or move forward towards your goals? Well, learning to set some boundaries, I feel. In other words, not everybody can have you all the time. You have to get something back as well as give. And also, maybe this is saying too, don't give so much that you are too spent to work on your dreams, goals, etc. Set some boundaries so that you can get your stuff done.
Well, a lot of times this card is directed towards the qualities of leadership and or, am I got this right? I'm just trying to visualize the card and I'm pooping out.
Oh, the Six of Pentacles, the give and take card?
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Well, so it's about, oh gosh, I'm losing it here.
The guy giving alms.
I know, okay. I got that part. I'm just kind of losing what I wanted to say. It's a little embarrassing. I'll try to recover here, but this is the gift you get.
Again, it's the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on dreams and goals.
Am I as red as my shirt? I think it's really understanding priorities. That's really what I was trying to say before, and somehow I fell out of that word. Understanding where your priorities are. It may be that you have to understand that some things are not achievable, or at least at this point in time. So it's how you decide to invest the energies from that thought there, from that idea.
Well recovered, Mr. O.
Thank you.
All right. I'll let you go first this time.
Okay.
So you can remember the question. This is the gift from your spirit guides or ancestors. What do they want Fiber to know or keep in mind in the next year?
It's another 4.
4 of Cups.
And it's reversed too. And this is saying maybe be true to that one dream that maybe honors them in a way too. I mean, maybe all your dreams do, or maybe it does regardless. But I think it does. But I think this is saying the ancestors say there's so much you could do. There's many things you could do and focus on. And maybe they're just saying they're really glad you went the way you did.
Right. I think the ancestors are playing a role here in seeing and guiding you. Allow them also to guide you to the appropriate opportunities, that become available to you. It seems to me, just looking at everything so far, Fiber, this is just going to be a year of a lot of things happening, and it will involve other people, or the people you surround yourself with. And your ancestors are saying, we're trying to steer you towards this right, this right course. I just think what?
So it may very well be that what you've done now up to now with your first book and the other things that are happening are really still a prelude to bigger and better.
Okay, and finally, card 6 is the gift this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved by year's end? It's reversed, and it's another 4.
Is that your lucky number?
I don't know.
Maybe it should be.
We've been getting 4s lately. We have 2 4s in our cards, and stay tuned for tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say.
So it's the reversed 4 of Pentacles.
Yeah. Well, okay, so the gift you ultimately, the year ultimately gives you is that maybe you really learn how to release things that are no longer necessary in your life and how to move forward, on the goals like your ancestors want you to do and you seem to be doing that more serve your higher purpose.
Well, a lot of this card really is about success material-wise, too.
It is.
Even when reversed. And maybe it's saying your material success comes because of what you are able to also give others, by sharing your talents.
That's
and
true.
Insights and writings. This sort of just becomes a feedback loop for you. It's sort of saying that it's not really one state or the other. It's sort of a continuous flow.
It may not be about giving up things that no longer serve you. I like what he said here because to me, the Four of Reversed is all about either letting go or giving. And when you let go, it could be in situations where you let go of things maybe you've been holding on to, knowledge and things that you should be sharing with others. And now, you're going to realize the gift of this year is that you've been able to accomplish that.
Very nice.
What a nice reading. Honestly, I want your year.
Who wouldn't?
That sounds really, really good, Fiber. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope this year turns out to be everything this seems to be. And remember this date. You can always go back into our live stream archive and look this up and replay it.
Alrighty.
All right.
Have a good one. And I see Nisha has joined us. Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Nisha. So for everybody watching, just remember, when it's your birthday, around your birthday, give us some warning, and we'll try to remind you, come closer to your birthday and get a free birthday spread reading from us. Love doing it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Very much so.
All right, we can move on with the show, and thanks everybody for their patience. But we will move birthday people
it's
to
Asel.
the top. Hi, Nisha, Asel.
All right.
And do this special reading. All right.
Okie dokie.
Do we have a question?
Not yet. Okay. I don't think we do.
Okay, Asel, are you with us?
And Asel might have thought they were first, and then, of course, they weren't. So, oops. Sorry about that.
Well, but don't leave too soon. Let's give Asel a couple minutes. Surely we have something to do.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yay! And when will you meet him?
Okay, well, that's kind of two questions, but let's see what we got here.
We'll see what we can figure out. When is a difficult thing?
It is anyway.
I'm actually thinking of getting a couple of cheap decks that are literally just giving us time frames so that we can maybe incorporate it into tarot readings and do it. And just so we can intuit.
Here you go.
Hi, Rakesh.
Hi, Rakesh. Love from India. Love back to you from America.
Sonny, where did my space go, Mr. O?
I'm sorry.
All this space, and he's taking up all of it.
He always goes by you anyway, though.
Well, he does, but why did I have more space? Oh, my God.
Sunman, come on. Sunman.
Here. Honestly, then I try to cut the cards and he's going to throw the tail up.
Okay,
Stop
Asel.
that.
So our first card is the Four of Coins upright.
There's another 4. This is just a crazy week of 4s.
And then we have the reversed 8 of Swords.
Okay.
And then we have the reversed 7 of Wands.
The 4 of Coins is upright.
Yeah. So who is your future soulmate? Well, they may be somebody who has money concerns. It may be that material success is kind of, a big matter, or maybe that these conditions may pertain to how you meet and or how things go along. The 7 of Wands, it may be saying they're really just the kind of personality that they really do put material achievement really high in their priorities. So it kind of really sounds different from your question in a way. I'm sure Banshee probably has a better idea here.
Yeah, we should have done that other reading that I do, but let's see. As it's about who, and I don't know if I get a who from these cards per se. They're kind of all over the place too, because I can't get any elemental associations or anything. But what I would say at this point is that it's somebody who may work in finance or business, and they may have had problems in their life with their financial status or with their job status maybe. It may be somebody who may have a little bit of a difficult time maintaining a regular job, so they might be in, first off, maybe a highly competitive industry, or they might be in something that, where there's a lot of turnover of staff. And the 8 of Swords here is reversed, which is a good thing. They're not afraid to go after whatever it is that they need to. They seem to have, confidence in themselves, and they're willing to do what they have to do to make things right in their life.
Well, I wonder if that's the part that applies to an emotional relationship, that maybe they really are, sort of stepping out of their normal parameters to try to be available. And maybe this is saying that to some degree they fear or have fears of being rejected, that maybe there's a part of them that's shy, and maybe that's a little bit why, they kind of go more towards the material thing, because it's been more of a constant for them. I know I'm really kind of going up.
No, I know. Well, that's why I said these kind of readings really have to be done a little differently. But I think, what's your bottom card? Let's
I
take
know.
a
I
look
just
at
had
the
that
bottom.
thought myself, dear. And it's the Knight of Swords. So
That's really interesting, because I was almost thinking and leaning towards this person being perhaps in a legal profession. And I don't know why, because it did seem to indicate money and finance to me, but maybe they do corporate law. I just had this feeling about that. So also there are signs here now, since we do have 2 sword cards, that this could be somebody who is an air sign. It could be somebody who is
Aquarius,
probably
Libra,
going
Gemini.
to match you in age or be slightly younger, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up.
When?
Yeah, I don't know. This wouldn't help, right? The next bottom card?
Probably not. Probably not. I think what we ought to do is just the best we
Ask
can.
a yes or no within a time
We're
period.
just going to do a yes or no and ask if you're going to meet them within the next year.
Yeah, I think
Let's
that sounds
do
like a
it.
good
Let's
idea.
just go for the year. It's a soulmate
okay.
after all. You're asking about a cell, and so I feel here that could take more time.
There's no time limits on that. It may
But we'll
happen
see.
when you're ready to call it quits totally.
So let's see if the cards can give us a clue. And then we'll toss some Lenormand.
Oh, you're
real
fine,
quick.
Violet. It's a good thought. I sometimes think about those myself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've been thinking of different ways I want to do this, but I almost think I want to get a deck that's specific about time frames and random, and try to throw that into the equation and shuffle them. It may not be a perfect world either, but I'm willing to give it a try. All right. Wow, hey, what happened here? I'm going to block this space. You want me to counter you?
I'll count them.
All right.
So this is asking if you'll meet this soulmate within a year.
These grapes are so sweet. Mm. Oh my gosh, I folded so much laundry in the last 2 days. I'm done. But thankfully, I'm done. This morning it was socks.
So we did not get 3 aces. We only got 1 ace. The chances are not likely, but not impossible. It's just not very likely.
Well, let's look at this. There is a door that's open for this, I feel, but it may take most of the year before this happens if it does.
Right.
The Four of Cups, did you really pull another 4? This
did.
is crazy. I'm telling you, we've had 2 4s in a row, and yes, there'll be another 4 in tomorrow's card of the day for the collective we throw on social media. And all we're doing today is getting 4s. I'm confused. Okay, no. It's just the energy. So the thing is, with the Four of Cups reversed, there could be an opportunity, an open door that might happen, but you're going to have to be ready for it. You got to be sure that you're ready for it. And it looks to me that, if you really want this to happen, you have to put yourself out there in positions where you're going to find the soulmate. Where do you think you might find the soulmate? At a church event or religious event of some sort, at a library, at a institute of higher learning, at museums, or going out. That's the point. You are going to have to find a way to put yourself in the position that doors can open for you.
And I think the idea that, within a year maybe means that these things that are going to happen maybe will happen closer to that year from now, because there's things you need to do.
All right, let's move on to Angel Mary. That's what we have for you, Asel. Good luck with that.
All right.
I hope that helped. At least it's not a total wash next year, but you're really going to have to put some effort into it to make it happen.
Okay, similar question from Angel Mary.
All right. Uh-oh.
Your deck.
Okay, through the travel to Turkey. All right. Well, I'm going to use the new Halloween Trick or Treat Tarot. And I see you're back and you're taking up all of my shuffle space again. Come on. Oh. Okay, he won't move. All right. Sorry,
welcome,
Sonny.
Asel.
This is not going to be fun for either of us.
He's going to knock over the camera.
Well, he's got to move. He's in my way.
Well, but you're kind of pushing
He's
him
in
to
my
do that.
way. I can't move him. He's got his claws stuck into the cloth, so if I really tried to move him, it would be hard.
Okay, well, if the camera falls, it's your fault.
Well, it could fall if he did that. Trust me. Trust me. I won't shuffle long. One more. This is brand spanking new. I did mix them up a bit before the show. I was supposed to do a review of them, but I have not yet, so I decided to haul them out for Halloween. Sonny, the claws have to be up.
No,
and
no,
stay
no.
there. Gotcha.
Snicker.
Stay there.
Stand by for snickering.
Stand by for paw wars.
Oh,
So now I gotta shuffle with his butt in my way. He says, I'll show her.
look at this bum. He's so needy. It's incredible. Here you go.
Sonny the Rebel. Kara, don't feed this. All right, let's see what it looks like here. Well, we've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Oh, I know I mixed these up good. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. Huh. This is really interesting, Angel Mary. And the Six of Swords reversed. Now, I really want to say something here, so I'm just going to butt right in, Mr. O. Because to me, when I see these cards, especially the Six of Swords, which is reversed, because the Six of Swords is sort of like a journey when it's upright, but it's not, is it? And so I see here the Ten of Pentacles, which tends to have to do with family or maybe family situations or your tribe, people you know. And then what is this one again?
Three of Pentacles.
The Three of Pentacles. It's almost as if through a work situation or a family or social situations with friends is where you're going to meet this person. It's not going to be on the trip. That's my thing.
Yeah, I mean, there is this idea of maybe a trip or movement, but maybe it's not really, right?
I just realized we never tossed the Lenormand for a sell, but we will this
Well, we
time.
did the second reading.
Yeah, we
though.
did. So we're okay. All right. Sorry.
Well, it's sort of like maybe, yeah, you know, it's not going to be from the trip because the trip isn't taking you anywhere. The idea of this card is saying stick around.
Right. I'm not saying your trip's not going to happen. I just want to make sure I make that clear.
Yeah.
What it's saying is nothing's going to happen in that regard to your question on that trip. There's no movement there in that area of your life. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Right. It may be that you're just going to have to concentrate on the energies around your home life or what you consider to be the foundation of your life. So it could be your neighborhood or your temple or your university or your workplace too. I agree with Banshee. I don't think it's necessarily going to come over in Turkey. All right, so the first one is the man or a inquirer type, Sir Pumpkinhead. And then it's the deadly flowers, which are the flowers.
No, it's not. It's the lilies.
The lilies, okay.
The candy is the flowers. So,
That's not confusing at all.
I know it is confusing. I wish they hadn't done that. They could have thought about this differently. But at any rate, what I think I see here is that it looks like it might take a little longer for this to happen. You know, Angel Mary, I feel like it's going to be after your trip. I know you did not ask for time, but the reason I'm saying it is it's the lilies. And for some reason, I'm feeling like it's indicating that whatever's happening here is going to happen after the trip.
Right.
And
it's
there's
an
somebody.
evolvement.
There is somebody.
It's something that evolves afterwards. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's always possible that maybe there's something to do about the trip that coincides with how this person is met or received by you, too.
Well, you know, you may meet people on this trip. I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen, but it just seems like you won't find anybody that, you know, you'd want to have a relationship with ongoing.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. So that's what we have for you.
All right,
At least at this point in time. Good luck with that, Angel Mary. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Susie is next.
Well, it was really
You're
more
welcome.
paw wars. This darn cat. And now I've got his butt here. I don't know what to do. So now his tail's gonna get in my way. There. Why can't you just sleep? Go to sleep. Stay there and sleep. Here. Cuddle with your pickle.
I only wish it were that easy.
Yes.
He is quite a bit of cat. I'm sure he's got to be 19 pounds at least.
You know, at least on occasion, Shadow will listen to me. This one will not. He's just going to do what he's going to do. He is a rebel, Kara.
And we're waiting for Susie, but while we are, I'll just mention that, of
Oh,
course,
Sonny doesn't fart. Well,
Happy Hour is back on Saturday. Come and see us. Get a one-card message from Spirit of Positivity. Also, Banshee's Material Matters was on this morning. And
it was.
It's good stuff. You should
good
check
stuff,
it out.
but not the greatest news this week, I have to say.
Yes, there are probably a few people that would concur. He's a big cat. He's just long and
They're all big. We
all
grow them big here, I guess. We've had some small ones. We have. Little Salem comes
Little
to
Salem was
mind,
very
and
small.
Lakshmina.
Lakshmina. And third call for Susie.
Susie, are you with us?
Okay, I'm ready for Lena then. Should we let you do the countdown?
Yeah, go ahead and do the countdown, Violet.
And if Susie does come back, then
We'll see what we can do.
we'll see what we can do. No commitment just yet. 5,
4,
3, 2, 1.
You were very deliberate on that. That was awesome.
And done. Sorry, Susie.
I love it. All right, so let's move on to
So we're
Lena's
Lena.
question
And
about a new love coming into her life. Is new love coming into her life?
let's do a yes or no.
Well, no, let's do 3 cards.
Okay.
And let's just see if there's any indications. And if not, we'll just tell you know what's going on.
Excuse me. And I'm using my Gothic Tarot of Vampires. There you go.
Ah, I got it. It was perfect, Violet. Oh. Hey, come on now. All right, I made more room.
Excuse me. Guess I'm a little tired here.
All right. Oh my God, I just have no space. All right.
First card. It's the Reversed Magician. And this one would be the reversed or the upright.
Oh my God.
I think it's the High Priestess.
Up, Susie came back. Okay. We'll have to do you after Lena's reading, Susie. Please stay.
Okay, this one is the
A deck you can't tell what's what.
I know. Let's swap out for another deck. This was a
What?
yeah, because I can't do it.
Okay. Sorry about that, Lena. We'll do a different deck.
Yeah.
We're still going to read for Lena first. Susie, just hang in there. We'll get to you next.
I realize I'm a little lackluster today. I'm kind of tired. I'm not sure what's going on. Banshee knows. She'll tell us.
Oh, yeah. I have all the answers.
You do. You always do.
Inside Mr. O's brain.
Don't go there.
I don't recommend it. Unless you want to be inundated with Dark Shadows trivia and
Who wouldn't?
Marvel comics and
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Barbies and I don't know whatever else is in there. All right. Learn your decks.
Well, there was something that threw me off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's the Pipsy thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so here is the 2 of coins
Okay.
upright. And then Justice upright. And then the 8 of coins upright.
Wow. It doesn't seem very love-oriented to me.
Is that the 8 or the 6?
Oh, my gosh. So now we can't... Oh, gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to read this deck, which is why I didn't
Well,
gravitate
you were slamming
to
me,
it.
though.
Well,
Like I should be able
you
to.
have 2 decks there that are hard to read for people. So, what do we have here? We have the 6 of coins. Lena, it just seems like, I just gotta say it seems like a lot of the focus is on finance and money this year and resolving things legally. Maybe this is about the alimony, I'm not sure. But I would say this, if I apply these cards to relationships, I think
it is about the alimony because of that 6 of coins.
I know. Well, and justice.
And justice, right.
I saw that. But then what do we have here? It's the 3 again?
The 2.
Oh, it's the 2 of Pentacles, the balance. You know, like maybe some agreement.
A settlement.
Or settlement is reached. So I'm hoping this is the year that happens for you because I feel like that's definitely indicated here.
It's not really talking about your possible love life unless there's a connection that you can't really pursue that until this matter is over with. And I sort of feel that way at times.
What I would say here, though, there's an interesting theme in all of these cards, Lena, and I think it's what you give is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
So what you do will either promote or not whether you have a relationship in your life. So the thing is, are you willing to work on it? You know, and are you willing to do what's necessary? I just sort of feel like there's this whole thing about balance that they keep talking about here. Every single one of these cards is about having things in balance and in harmony. Justice, the 2 of Pentacles, and also the 6. The 6 is about give and take. So you want to know what's happening in your love life. Well, it's going to be as good as you're willing to put into it.
I still wouldn't discount that some of these other things concerning maybe your alimony are not in the offing too.
Don't rule that out. So, and I know I said a year for the, I almost think the alimony won't happen overnight. But I have a feeling this is talking about it. And I feel like within this next year, hopefully something could happen.
All right, so in the Lenormand, we have our 2 cards. And the first one is the brooms, which is like the whip or the broom. And then the second one is the letter.
Wow, so again, almost that fits in with the alimony thing, you know?
Yeah.
That you will get sudden news about this when it does occur. Like, it'll just maybe happen out of the blue, you know?
But it could pertain to a relationship too, possibly.
The broom is also a sweeping motion, which indicates to me that it's almost as if this news will tidy things up. you know?
That's true. So maybe, you know, once you resolve that, you'll feel more comfortable with, you know, pursuing relationships.
Okay, but you were talking about how this could relate to relationships.
True.
Could you go through that again?
Well, I could. I think it could just be saying if in the first instance we were talking about that possibility of it pertaining to a relationship, that maybe this is saying really news comes suddenly, you know, to you that somebody is interested in pursuing a relationship or is moving towards that point. So either way.
I like that. I like that. And it's possible it could relate to that, but also just this idea that, you know, you may have to do some things. You may have to just move this yourself, you know. In other words, you have to make more contact with people in order for a relationship to happen or develop, more connection. Maybe that's what it's saying as well. That's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that. And Susie is up. Susie, go ahead. You've got a question from Susie.
Susie asked what Alika's mother, Pisces, thinks about his ex-girlfriend, Capricorn.
Okay. Thank you, Violet.
And that'll be your deck.
Oh, it will be. Well, let's go to this one. All right. Work around the sleeping cat.
You know, in some ways they might almost as well be pips. Because some of them don't resonate very much to an image anyway.
Which deck is that again?
It's called the Gothic Tarot of Vampires. I think Angel Rivera said they have a copy.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a little bit, you know, in that low scarabeo, maybe a little sketchy in some respects. And definitely a bit graphic.
Here you go. All right.
Gina Clean dropping in
Gina!
to say hi.
Ah.
Thank you, Gina.
Well, you keep watching. Good to see you. Sunny says hi. All right.
What does Alika's mother think about his ex-girlfriend, A, Capricorn? And the first one is the Page of Cups reversed. And then that's followed by the Page of Pentacles. So now we're going to have a string of those pages. And the Page of Pentacles is also reversed. Was this reversed?
Yeah.
And then the Four of Cups reversed.
Is that the 4 or the 5, dear?
Sorry, it's the 5. Look, it's right here for you to do. You could just put it out and say it.
So
A button.
I'm not sure that they think very highly of the person who is gone. Were they part of the problem and the reason the ex is gone? I have to ask, I wonder, because it just feels like that their mother thought that this was a bad thing from the start.
Reverse pages kind of carry the idea of flawed personalities, not at a major level, but at a level that maybe says, oh, they're a little lazy, oh, they're a little conceited, oh, they're a little clumsy, things like that. So they're not like real obvious, like, I hate this person, but they're maybe saying like, come on, honey, you can do better.
Maybe, or they just felt right that this was not going to work. Maybe that's it. Or they didn't want to see it work is another possibility here. The Page of Pentacles is also reversed, which indicates to me that they felt that, well, I almost wonder if they felt that this would hold, is it Alika back in some way.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm looking at the Five of Cups reversed.
I am too. I'm getting.
And I'm thinking that this person, the mother-in-law or the mom, that they feel like they know somebody better. Bam. Or somebody that they knew in the past, an ex-girlfriend was better. So maybe they're like sort of weighing these two together in some respects.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. So you think these are two different people?
Not necessarily. Okay. It just sort of hit me at the end when I was looking at that, though.
Well, I was going to go sort of the route he's going with this card, is that with the Five of Cups here, I think it indicates that she felt he could find a better opportunity out there, somebody that would be better suited for him. This is just her opinion after all. She just felt maybe, looking at these two reversals here, that there was a lack of compatibility. It's kind of what I'm seeing. And also that she just did not think that this was going to lead or should lead to a permanent union. That this would only be short term.
Right. I could see that from the Page of Wands too. Like maybe this is, a short thing here. The Page of Wands talks about communications when they're reversed that maybe are misintended or not well lived. So I sort of see these doubts here represented through that combination of pages and or the idea that maybe she likes somebody better or she thinks there is somebody better.
Let's see if the Lenormand can throw some more light on this. Doesn't sound very nice. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. But, she thinks she's looking out for her son, I guess.
Well, who is that who? That he loves his mother or that he loves Alika? Or the other person? It gets a little confusing. Sun Man. All right, so in the Lenormand, there is the fox, and then there is the candy, which is the flowers.
Yes, nice going.
And that means a gift.
Yeah, so it means a gift, but it means joy. It means other things. I don't always focus on the gift element unless it makes sense to. I kind of wonder here, though, looking at these two together.
Well, maybe the mother thinks she's doing a gift service by being a little bit, foxy. Whatever.
That could be.
That she feels like she's doing a gift by maybe doing those dissuadings of character.
I don't know here. Maybe she feels that this person was just somebody her son maybe gets a little bit of pleasure and joy from, and I'm almost thinking in the romantic department, but that there's not much beyond that. I mean, we are talking about how she feels about the ex now, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking here. The other thing is that what Mr. O said is very true here. She might be thinking that she's only looking out for his better interests, and wants him to have joy in life, and feels that she doesn't feel this ex was right for him.
And or overall she feels entitled to maybe be in this position of maybe having these opinions or doing these things, making these suggestions or whatever.
It's kind of what I see here, Susie. That's what the cards look like to me.
Well, that's true. I don't think that that's totally unlike what we're saying either, because I'm thinking that maybe that's coming from that mom, that she feels that someone else's candy.
Well, yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking that too, in a way, Violet.
So we're on the same level, I think.
I think, especially with the way I worded it the last time, is she was looking out for him to find something better that would bring him more joy. But I also think it's indicative of possibly the fact that because this question was about what the mother thought of the ex. And so I kind of feel here that she feels that maybe he got some, this is okay, fun for one date, or fun in bed, or this is just not going to work long term. Again, that this was just joy that would be momentary. And she was looking for something that she felt would be more long term.
That's true too.
I don't know. That's just sort of, it's just the way my intuition hit me on that. But you're absolutely right in looking at it that way too.
I agree.
But that's what we have for you, Susie. Good luck with that.
Right.
And we're on Mr. M.
Hi, Mr.
Hello
M.
again. A money reading for the next 4 weeks. Alrighty, and that would be Mr. O. Do you have a deck to use?
I'm trying to decide what deck to use. Okay, I'm going to use the Gothic Tarot Vampires.
Uh-oh.
I am resolved that I know what I'm doing here.
Okay, I'm going to trust him. He's going to have to guide me. Hi, Seven Oceans. Well...
Hi, Seven Oceans.
You're not too late, but we're probably going to run into some ocean overtime.
Ocean overtime. We don't know. Okay, Mr. M.
Let's cut the list after Seven Oceans, Violet. Hey, you're welcome, Susie.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see. Okay. Still, a mom's got to do what a mom's wants to do, Susie.
Ah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're willing to go in overtime, but we don't necessarily have to.
All right.
Okay. So this is death. This is 13.
Oh, that one we can read. Okay.
And you said for the next 4 weeks. Well, it looks like there's a big change. Let's go through the rest of them, though, before we talk about it. This is the Ace of Wands, and this one is reversed. And then 18 is the sun, right?
The moon. 19's the sun.
You're right. Then we have the moon upright, too. So we have death and the moon upright, and then we also have the reversed Ace of Wands.
Wow, Mr. M. This is quite a thing here. I think there's a lot of uncertainty right now, in your next up and coming 4 weeks. And maybe you're starting to think that some radical change is necessary. You're going to have to make some changes in order to improve your outlook. The Ace of Wands is indicating here, I don't know if this is talking about what just happened, that you found out, that this job didn't come through for you, but it's because of something you were expecting to happen or develop. If it's not that situation and it didn't, or it's getting delayed, that you realize now you're going to have to make some major changes for the better to improve your chances here of getting things right. And be careful because, these times right now, especially with the economy being the way it is, it's very uncertain.
Well, I think that reversed ace there sort of, even though it was the second card, it sort of precipitates the mood or the way we're looking at the next 4 weeks, the idea that you're coming off this idea that did not work out for you, that what you thought was going to happen, a change in your career or, prosperity angles, didn't work out or may not work out ever. Maybe there's something else that could. There's always that idea that there's a little wiggle room there. So really, you are looking at the idea that maybe you want to change things bigly. Maybe you want to really figure out where you can do the change. Some of this is about discovery. The moon is also about piercing mysteries. And it may be, too, that what motivates you is trying to figure out exactly what you could have done better to get that promotion, or what you really needed to do that, or where you really needed to consider really making changes for something of a greater career change.
The other thing about the moon, Mr. Maurice, is that, maybe now that this has happened to you, your gut is really strongly telling you you have to make some changes. And, in order to succeed or order to get to where you want to be. I think that the moon, even though it talks about uncertainty and things being a mystery and things are uncovered or hidden, there is this idea, too, that, this is a very intuitive time for you. You're beginning to see the light maybe in this situation and realizing a direction you need to take.
And I think the change thing really is... obviously not big fundamental physical change. You're not going to decide to move from Boston area to somewhere else, but maybe it is really about how you see that depth of change, what change can do and how you could possibly find that change. So I'm going to throw the Lenormand now for this.
And Gina's watching us while she's cleaning. I just did so much laundry. I am all caught up with my laundry.
Gina, if you come by and clean over here, we'll let you watch the show too.
Oh, Mr. O, he's such a tease.
Okay, Mr. M. Ooh.
That's awesome.
Yes. Well, this is quite interesting because your first one is clover, which is luck, of course. And then your next one is the letter. And I'm wondering if two things, like maybe you're going to get some great luck through the mail or through a communication. And it's luck. So maybe at the most ultimate, it's a turnabout in your fortunes. Maybe something didn't work out and they've decided to go back to number 2, who does indeed try harder. Not as likely, but I'm just saying that luck can be very awesome at times. I've heard of this happening, somebody leaving a position and right after getting it, and then they went to number 2 who was waiting for it too. Maybe it won't be that, but something really lucky looks like it is coming towards you.
Exactly. I do think it's something lucky coming towards you. It may be you happen across some posting at the right time for another position. It may be that, you decide to start looking elsewhere, or maybe somebody provides you with a timely tip. Whatever the case may be, synchronicity, luck, and timing might be in your favor ultimately here, Mr. M. So keep your eyes open. It's interesting, too, that we have the luck card here and we have the moon card here. Because, to me, it's indicating that keep that third eye open. Keep conscious of different things that are happening around you. You may just be able to be at the right place at the right time to get a tip that will assist you, in your financial endeavors or your career endeavors.
I like what Violet said just a moment ago, because I do get the feeling like maybe it's possible that there were other positions you applied for, maybe not recently, and maybe some of those also had a candidate who didn't work out, or the offer didn't seem to be coming, so you concluded it was a dead end, but then all of a sudden maybe that offer shows up, or maybe another chance at something shows up. So I think it could be any of those things or something different, but I do feel clover ties in with the idea of the moon and also with that big change card there.
Yeah.
Hi, Juliet.
Well, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Hey, Juliet.
Yeah, we'll take title.
Go ahead and type your questions. Title, do you want a reading today? We'll fit you in.
Or if you want, you could come back Thursday. We are pretty busy.
Relationship with Aries A for the next, B for the next 3 months. Okay.
Your deck.
Yes, I got this one.
You're welcome, Mr. M, and good luck, of course.
Hey, you're welcome, Mr. M. Boy, oh boy, you know, some of that looked not so great, but then you get the darn... Well, actually, you know, the death card is always good when it's upright. It's always good because we need to embrace change in our lives. And, you know, where would we be if we've never changed? I mean, we never came out of our cocoons. So the thing is, that never bothers me. But seeing the Ace of Wands concerned me a bit when it was reversed. I'll say that. I kind of feel as though that Clover just indicates that maybe within this 4 weeks' time, something positive is going to pop up for you. All right. All right, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see what we've got here. The Magician is upright. Ooh, the Hierophant is upright. Oh, everything's the way I want to see them here. It's going to be shaping up to be a nice reading. The Devil is reversed. All right. So let's take a look at this, Juliet. You want to know how this relationship is going to be going? Well, you know, the Devil reversed is an interesting thing here, but I see liberation here. I feel that this is just going to make you feel stronger in a lot of ways. This relationship, I think it's going to go well. I think it's going to be empowering where you feel, you know, like you're not being tied down, trapped, or anything by this person. The Magician also seems to indicate that everything seems to be going smoothly. Like everything that, you know, there's nothing that interferes. Everything is in place for this relationship to really rock in the next 3 months. And I don't know, you know, I don't know the status here, if this is a business, a personal relationship, whatever the case may be here. But the Hierophant often talks about marriage.
Right. So even if it wasn't a romantic relationship, there could be some really power-based partnership going on here.
Yeah.
There's such a sense of dynamic here, just like she said, Juliet. It feels really like it's actually stronger than romance because maybe the bonds are even deeper or stronger. And of course, the only thing that might be stronger is maybe the love of money in one's life or success, the hunger for success.
Well,
and I'm not saying
maybe
those are good or bad things. I think the idea really of being beyond compulsions or being beyond temptations that really would drag you down to,
or codependencies.
But see, this card really talks about maybe not being emboldened or whatever the term is to material things, like just not really feeling like that's the end all and be all of having material attainment. It's really a lot more lofty minded and really, you know, we could say this talks about conventionality, marriage, you know, being a conventional
or just
thing.
being a stable relationship right now,
but it really,
in whatever form.
It really also talks too about a high quotient of spirituality, a spiritual leader, a priest, a mentor, a priestess, whatever that is.
The other thing about it's really interesting we have that in the Magician. And the other thing about the Magician is, well, what do you want to manifest with this relationship? Do you want to manifest peace, harmony, successful working relationship, something that leads to marriage? Because the Magician indicates, you know, you're in a position to make this happen.
Yeah.
I think it's really positive.
It's a great card.
Yeah.
Set of cards.
Let's see what the Lenormand will throw at us, though.
Yeah, pretty nice.
All right. Okay.
So in Lenormand, we have the ghost ship. That's just the ship. And we have the fountain, which is like the garden, the public sphere in a way.
I don't know if you're planning any... Well, God, this is so weird.
You have a flash.
Well, there's a couple things. You know, we talked about... So I still don't know the type of relationship. We talked about the potential for marriage or a deepening of a relationship here. Sometimes the fountain, because it's the garden, can indicate a marriage or a social gathering like that, a wedding.
That's right.
So in other words, if it's not you guys, you might be traveling somewhere to a marriage or wedding, or are you planning on taking trips? It's possible you might take a trip together somewhere in this next time frame that you asked about. It's also possible that you are moving, you know, in a more social direction with this relationship, getting out more, whether it's dating or just participating in
Travel for
activities.
business.
Yeah. Well, and it could be travel for business too, if that's what this relationship is. I don't want to make too many assumptions.
Oh, you little...
But that's what we have. It just looks really not bad. I hope this holds out for you.
I saw him literally one almost second before he jumped up.
All right. So that's it. Are we
All
ready?
right.
Do you have anything
Yes.
else?
No, I can't say anything else. I sort of feel like whatever it is, love or business, it's really probably has a good destiny.
Vidi is up. Grab your cards, Mr. O.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the uncommon
What do they
tarot.
need to know about their love
You've
life?
been dating for 9 months. Okay.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope
Looks
it's
like you're a good
leading us
match, then.
somewhere because it sounds like things are going to get a little more serious. You know, even if it doesn't lead to marriage, it just seems that way. So I hope that's true.
What do you say, son, man? Okay, Vidi, we have your question. What do you need to know about your love life?
You're welcome, Juliet.
You are welcome.
A lot of love readings today.
I know.
Some good news, some bad news. That's the way it is in the
It
realm
was the
of...
full moon recently.
Yeah,
So that
it's
makes a lot of
today.
sense. It's today. That's
It is
right.
today, full moon in Aries.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
My time.
And Sonny has left the studio, but we know he will be back.
All right.
Three of Swords is the first card.
Oh, wow.
And then it's the, and that's upright. And then you have the upright 10 of coins. And then you have the King of Wands, and that's upright. Well, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're moving beyond a separation, maybe, or that it hasn't happened yet, but you're moving beyond it, is what I see, and you're still feeling a sense of security or safety. That's the 10 of coins. You may be leaving maybe something that's not appropriate. I don't want to say it's abusive, because with the Three of Swords, it just sounds like maybe your heart is broken for some reason, or hearts are broken. But the King of Wands at the end there seems to signify that maybe there's a force or a personality or presence who is strengthening to you. It could be within yourself that's helping you forge ahead. maybe make new connections where you need to, or that your own magnetism or charisma will be a strength to you in moving ahead in your love life.
This is a tough one for me because I'm not sure I can follow what he said. No surprise, huh? But I feel that I don't know if this King of Wands is a heartbreaker or if it's somebody who can come into your life and help you heal from a heartbreak that has occurred. I think that's somewhat possible here, that maybe what's really, are you single right now? I think you might be, but I'm not sure. What it might be is there might be somebody coming into your life. It could be a fire sign, funny that, and it could be somebody who is going to help you heal from some heartache, that you may be still experiencing. And this will provide you with more of a, now I am going your way a little bit here and saying that will provide you with more of a sense of security.
They say they are single.
Yeah. So if you have been, even if your heart hasn't been broken by someone, but you've been feeling lonely and broken in that regard, I feel like this might be somebody coming. And what I can say about them is they're rather dynamic. They may be kind of popular in some ways, have a lot of friends or business associates. And I just feel like they will bring more sense of security and possible comfort into your life. Whether this lasts, I don't know, but I think it's something that will really help you feel better about life.
Right. This card is talking about security, and security could mean just having a stable, loving environment, but it could also just mean feeling safe, feeling like, people can't intrude into your space, or that you don't live in a bad neighborhood, or that you have enough money to keep you safe in terms of not being, poverty stricken.
Are swords considered, that's a wand and a sword. What do we have here? It's the pentacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say when this is going to happen, but intuitively, I felt like it would be in the latter part of the year, possibly early next year. I just feel like that seems to ring to me somehow. But let's see what the Lenormand
Okay, so I'm
says.
turning the Lenormand cards now. And the first one is the fish, which is interesting. And then the bottom one is the tree. Well, I think this is saying that the tree is really about, once again, it is kind of representative of security in a family sense, but it's also about good health. It's also about growth, friendships to some degree. And the fish, of course, could stand for success, but it could also talk about romantic possibilities, or
right.
The idea that there are emotional things afoot for you. In America, we have that expression about there are plenty of fish in the sea, i.e. plenty of people to date or to be in love with. So this card could be saying that you are moving towards that kind of idea where you are going to find more possible romantic situations, prospects, a dating or social relationship that promotes that.
Yeah, this often talks about when it's in a love relationship reading, circulating, getting out there and meeting people. Something is going to happen or develop for you, And I think it's interesting because trees take a while to grow. So I almost think that if this relationship happens, it will take a little time for it to really grow into something that you realize is going places. But I think it could grow for you abundantly at some point.
Wands are made from trees.
Yeah, I know.
And the King of Wands does stand for growth. or magnetism sort of creating things or helping things create and flourish. It's very much about enterprise. So even if we're talking about the enterprise of love, this is a good card. And
I'm really hoping something is going to shift for you. And for some reason, like I said, I keep thinking it's going to happen maybe within the next, 6 months. I'm giving it that time frame because I think it's going to be beyond, well, it'd be December here, beyond December.
It's beyond this year.
Yeah, it could be in the early stages of in 2023.
Hang in there, Vinny.
I hope things work out for you. Good luck with that. Maybe it'll be sooner. I'm just not sure about that, though.
All right. And it's your deck.
All right. All right, Angel Rivera was passing on a reading today.
Libra
so it's Libra.
Next. And Libra asks, I saw it. There it is.
She asked, what hidden messages does she need to know? My deck.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to the Halloween one. Trick or treat.
Thank you. And I hope that was good for you. Thank you. You take care too.
By the way, if you didn't see the backs of these cards, the Halloween trick or treat, there it is. Do I have it in there? Yes.
Yes. Skull and crossbones.
Yes. Okay, Mr. O. I like shuffling this deck already.
If you're on Instagram later on tonight, I do my weekly reading called Your Weird Week. It's kind of a collective reading for the world at large. So it's not really about people so much, but just about trends in the world, large or small, that seem to be important. And it's on Instagram, but eventually from tonight, I will share it to Twitter and Facebook as well.
Okay. Now we have the King of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. And then we have the Five of Pentacles upright.
Thank you.
And then we have another Pentacle, the Two of Pentacles upright.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Two of Pentacles upright.
Well, there's my wand. What did we draw first? It was this one, right? What is that one again? The King of
Swords reversed.
The King of Swords reversed. So right now, Libra, what message do you need to know? Is that what the question is? Hidden messages do you need to know? Well,
stay away from haunted houses.
You know that maybe you need to look into, I think the hidden message you need to know is you need to think strongly about important decisions that you are making and why you are making them the way you are. And are they bringing you the balance that you need in your life right now, or are they causing, despair?
Right. Are some of your decisions sort of separating you from where you think you find comfort and where you don't? And some of that could be an illusion too, that maybe the idea of some of these decisions or things, they take you out of balance because they really represent false equities in your life, maybe you're trying to balance things that really can't, that really have to stand on their own, that maybe you have to realize some things won't bring you comfort, but other things are there that will. And so you have to figure out where to judge those priorities. Nice.
Yeah, and so, right. So it's all about achieving balance as opposed to, things that are going to deplete you. And so I think what you need to realize is that, you really do have more power over these situations than you think.
It's the power of the balance that you can maintain.
You can do it. But the bottom line is you have to make the right choices and you have to make the right decisions. And so, if you need somebody to talk to about it just outside of yourself, maybe because you can't see clearly, then do so. Because, a lot's at stake here, I think.
Very nice.
All right.
I have shared it to Twitter before, but maybe it's because I share it real early or something like that. It just doesn't hit there for you or something like that.
I don't know if you have to sign in to Instagram to read it. I need
don't
to
know.
check
No,
that.
it should just pop up. You should just be able to click on the link.
It should just pop up, I think, yeah.
Well, I'll make sure you see it. Okay, Zahara will be next. We've moved through the list.
All right,
then.
let's see here. Aha. Hey. Well, regardless of what we've said, there's the fish in this Lenormand, and there's the clover.
Luck.
So what you also need to know, I think, here is that you create your own luck here. I'm taking this in context of everything we read to you. You create your own luck here and the abundance in your life, but it's based on the choices that you make. Those choices define whether you're going to live in despair and poverty or with things out of balance in your life, or if you're going to have a stable existence.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, so that's it, Libra.
Good luck with that. But the pumpkin being there and clover is always a positive thing. But that just leads me to believe is, like I've said, you have a lot more control maybe in situations than you might realize right now.
Okay, and Zahara has asked, will there be any communication coming in from N the Virgo anytime soon? And I'm going to use my English Magic Tarot. How do you want to do this one?
I want to look at that. Will there be any communication coming from N the Virgo anytime soon? Well,
3 cards?
3 cards.
All right.
And if it's really unclear, but a lot of times that can come up pretty clear. All right. Thank you.
On Friday mornings, don't forget to watch my show. I'm Back to Basics. I'm using 3 cards for the elemental signs of the zodiac, and then I throw an additional card for each sign of the zodiac, the word of the week. So check that out if you're looking for information on your romantic or relationship life.
All right.
Okay, Zahara, your first card is the 5 of Cups. Coins, I'm sorry.
Yes, 5 of coins.
Followed by the King of Swords, and these are both upright cards. And then followed by the reversed Hermit, which is interesting because that was my Sail Away Sunday card today, my additional Oracle card. The Hermit reversed.
Wow, well, this is really interesting because we used a completely different deck and we got 2 cards that showed up in the last reading.
You're right.
Except the King is upright this time.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this mean to me? I think it is possible. It's possible they might communicate. I'm not completely convinced, though, because of this 5 of coins. I think they're up to something here. They're making a decision maybe on whether they want to communicate or not. And on one hand, they really don't know if it's worth their while to do so, or it might cause more grief if they did. And on the other hand here, I think they're really busy right now. I wonder if they're busy, either they're socializing a lot or they're out in public a lot.
Well, the idea with my sail away cards, Hermit reversed, kind of left me with the feeling that this is an abstract point in time that maybe you are served by diving in deeper. So maybe that's talking about their need to maybe try to understand more about what your relationship is or what communication helps or not. But also, too, the Five of Coins maybe suggests that there are doubts about some things. The King of Swords says that maybe something should be decided. So it's really kind of unclear. It seems like they want to, but something is holding them back. They may feel like they need to think about this more in some ways or meditate about this more. So it's sort of like a not exactly, yes.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm looking at this more carefully now, and I'm really thinking here that they're not ready to do it yet, or if they're going to do it at all. They're just not ready because they feel their fortunes right now are in doing what they're doing here, which might be speaking to other people, being involved in other groups or commitments at this time. I feel like they're committed to something else right now.
That's another way of looking at it, yep.
Yeah. So I have to go with that, but let's see what the Lenormand says. I never say never till I see what the Lenormand says.
I won't look. I didn't look.
I'm just saying don't bend my cards.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Okay. The Tower. The Clouds.
See, this is what I was suspecting, when I went with what I said, because the Tower often, can be about work or business, so maybe they're very busy, maybe, but the Tower is also about isolation. And so I feel, in this case, there may be no communication, and the Clouds is saying it's just very uncertain right now, or they're not feeling very good about about the situation, or, this might actually be about you, that you're still going to feel isolated and confused because you're not hearing from them.
Right. It's either a paradox or it represents the two sides of the coin between you and them, because the Tower talks about isolation, but the Hermit reverse could be talking about kind of, moving from a point of isolation, trying to open up more to the world. So this could be saying that maybe there's a push-pull-me effect between the two of you. You're just not exactly on the same wavelength. And my feeling is that there is maybe some emotional things going on that you haven't really totally worked out yet. Maybe you haven't had enough dialogue.
Well, so if he is very busy, I could see that with the Hermit. I could definitely see some preoccupation here with others. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that this could be social. In other words, that he's going out and meeting other people, or this could be business. He could be collaborating with business partners or whatever, and just seems really wrapped up in that right now.
Well, the Tower could talk about that too, the work qualities.
So for one reason or another, I just don't think you're going to hear from him very soon. Right.
It may be that this card, Five of Coins, suggests that you should just be willing to go ahead and try to make touch with him too, if you think that would work. Because it doesn't look like he's necessarily going to reach out to you. You might have to reach out to him.
Yeah. But that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right. Thank you. And Divine has posted. Okay. How is the team's expectations of her?
Okay.
And how is she fitting in? So that's your deck.
Yep.
You're welcome, Zahira. Thank you.
You are welcome.
It's a lovely afternoon in the somewhat chilly city of Detroit area.
It's 66 degrees today. At least it's gone up about 10 degrees or 11 from yesterday, which is very nice.
But it was at freezing this morning, around 32 degrees.
It's going to be in the 70s. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but we're going to have one day in the upper 60s and 2 in the 70s. And then it goes back down again. But it's fall in Michigan.
True. Okay.
All right. Oh, we have the extra card, but we're going to use it. That is the extra card in this deck. Trust me, we're going to use it.
Okay. It is the extra card in the deck. That's all I know.
The Wheel of Fortune's reversed. Oh no. The Three of Pentacles is reversed. They're all reversed. Divine, you. Ten of Swords is reversed. Wow.
Well, that one's good reversed. The Ten of Swords can be good.
So how do they feel about you? How are you fitting in? Well, okay, this card often is about unseen forces, unseen things. It could be about your guides or your mentors or whatever. But that aside, I wanted to look at that. I kept this as an extra card here because I feel like you are going to do all right here, but there are unseen forces at work. And that's how I want to read this here. I feel like right now, maybe things are a little bit topsy-turvy with business in general, or with things in general. There's just going to be some twist of fate here. And what is that, the 9 reversed?
3.
Oh, the Three of Pentacles reversed?
Yeah.
It seems as though there's some issues to need to be worked out about how you click together, how you all work together as a team. And especially when things go wrong. In particular here, when things are fine, everything seems okay. But when things go wrong, that's when teams are really tested. And so I almost feel like something might happen here, that isn't apparent yet, that could cause, people to kind of have to look at, well, are we working as effectively together as we could be? So I think there could be some rethinking going on that will help things improve, conditions improve. I don't think anybody's looking at you necessarily badly, and for some reason, I'm thinking this is relating to what's coming.
Well, I get the idea that because we've thrown in this more or less wild card of unseen forces, that it does throw the concept of the team's feelings about itself or about its gestalt and or its components is hard to figure here, because maybe the question means to be that when the team really has a sense of expectations, it's more from their group mind rather than as individuals, if that makes any kind of sense. So in other words, people may relate to you differently and have different expectations from you as their own relationship rather than as the process of the team. But to some degree, it may be saying too that maybe they feel you can really change a part of their dynamic that maybe has been moving towards a bad energy flow. The Ten of Swords reverse sort of indicates that maybe some adverse conditions are being alleviated. And I imagine that's because they feel you can do that, or that Gestalt feels that all of you can do that together, that maybe you're stronger than the individual team makers. That's the idea of a good feeling. Still, there is a little bit of doubt here because of the Wheel of Fortune. So in other words, the Gestalt, or the group mind of the team, sort of sees differing things that could happen, and it doesn't necessarily relate to you so much as the role all of you play together, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yawning. Oh, it wasn't you. I'm yawning. It's like my third yawn, so I have to grab some water or something. I'm sorry. No, that was perfect. And you know what? The Wheel of Fortune reminds us, Divine You, that this too shall pass. This is just a phase. This is not... this is maybe talking about something that is about to happen. So I'm not sure this is related to how they feel about you right now. What's really interesting here is I got the Lenormand, and I pulled the Spooky Tree, which is the tree, and the Old Letter. And the Old Letter, to me, with the Spooky Tree, is indicating that maybe... some policies, some procedures, some things that are in writing need to be worked on so that more harmony or growth is achieved.
That's probably what the Ten of Swords reversed is, the
Could
idea that you have to move away from adverse conditions that are affecting the team dynamic, i.e. review policy and make suitable changes. Systems basically maybe are under this purview here, that maybe the idea is that you with them are being expected to help them change some of their systems ideas, their protocols.
Okay, I'm sorry, I needed refreshment. So, it's really funny, Divine, because we always get really positive cards with you and your team. We mostly do. This is just saying there might be a little blip in the road, but it may not be because of you personally, but it's because of basically a situation that develops that causes the team to work together, and maybe they realize there's some holes in some procedures that need to be fixed. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me.
All right.
So I hope that makes sense to you. Good luck with that.
Thanks, Divine.
And we are on Buddy.
And Buddy has asked, what is coming?
What is coming? I got it. Thank you.
So I am back to the Gothic Tarot of Los Vampiros. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Divine You. I'm eating this whole bowl of grapes.
Oh.
Well, not really. There's plenty left.
I see. Here.
One more. Okay.
All right. Judgment reversed.
Okay.
Eight of Swords upright. And then Two of Swords reversed.
So what's coming to you? Well, what's coming to you is I think there's a time coming where you're going to have to make a move or a decision. It's something you really need to do. The time is up to think about it any longer, to avoid it, perhaps. Now is the time to act. And when I say avoid it, because I see the Eight of Swords here upright, and I can't help but wonder, buddy, if there's some reason you just feel overly cautious about making this move or decision. You hesitate because either you feel you're not ready, you're not going to be able to pull it off, you have self-doubts about yourself, and what that is doing is it's delaying a reawakening or a transition of some sort that really needs to take place. I kind of feel these two cards fit together here, and this is what the stumbling block is that you have a lot of doubt and fears that are holding you back from revisioning your life or yourself or doing something different, maybe even reawakening a part of your past life that you've decided, I don't have what it takes, I can't pull this off. This is saying, you know what, you need to decide and you need to make a move one way or another, exactly what you're going to do here.
The three cards all have a relationship to each other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And there's a real push-pull effect between these two guys because they literally say the opposites and maybe for the same reason. This one is maybe saying, like Banshee said, you want to hold back, you want to sort of protect yourself or lay low in a certain sense. This one is saying, no, I really have to break out. I have to break out to the other side, as Jim Morrison said. The idea that maybe you have to really do both these things, and maybe, that's what's bugging you, is because it either is a decision, as Banshee suggests, or maybe it's also just a process of really acclimating yourself to what is coming. This idea that, there is this change coming that maybe changes things. And so it could be a couple things. Maybe you're being forced to move physically or otherwise somewhere or somehow that, doesn't feel right for you. And so part of it knows that maybe you just should seize that opportunity, but another part of you feels worry about it. So I think some of this is really, like Banshee was saying too, maybe some doubt, but also the idea that you do need to challenge yourself, but you're just not quite confident yet. And so it's wrestling with that is really taking up a big part of the future decisions, I think, for you.
Let's do that, Lenormand.
Oh, Dr. Victor, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be able to do you today. We're actually approaching the overtime, and we still have a number of readings.
I think, we have about 6 readings. So sorry about that, Dr. V. But good to see you here.
Oh, did you wind back and get it, though? I thought we might have read for you. I don't remember if we missed you on that one. I keep thinking we might have read for you, but maybe not. Maybe we did not. Okay, so...
Well, no, if we didn't have a question, we didn't read.
I see. So back to Buddy Blue. The first one is the Sith. And then from the bottom is the Snake.
Okay. Well, for some reason, I see these two cards directly relating to this right here.
Okay.
That Eight of Swords. You have to cut through the self-deception, that you aren't enough, you can't get it done, you can't do this, and just make that move, whatever it is that you need to do. Or the decision. And you know what? It's okay to say no to something. It's okay to say this isn't for me. But something is stopping you from moving one way or the other. And this judgment, reversed is waiting for you to do that. In other words, you could have some implications here negative by not making a choice.
It's pretty much that. It feels like these forces really compel you to want to do something, but the one that's stronger up until now, at least, has been the idea of protecting yourself, being more cautious about it. But I think that it's really just a matter of time before it really does move over to the point of you have to do something.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
I was actually referring to the previous show, Violet, not today's show. Sorry if I made a mistake there.
Kara's up.
All right, Kara. Your deck.
Oh, yeah. That is correct, Alex.
No biggie.
All right.
Today's not my best day of communicating. I seem to be a little bit wonky. You're welcome, Buddy Blue.
All right.
Thanks, Dr. Victor. Hope maybe we can see you another time.
Oh, shuffle, why don't you?
I'm staring at them. What's wrong with this picture?
Whoopsie. Guess my brain's not totally with it today either.
Yeah, could be that. I don't know. I still have my moments.
Post-COVID. or pre or post old age. Well, I was just reading things that, kind of astounded me, but I guess after age 50, they claim you just start forgetting words you're going to say mid-sentence and different things like that, and it's supposed to be normal. Well,
the concept is that your brain actually just has too many memories sometimes.
I do think that, some of it is the plague of modern society. All that multitasking, I think, really wears a brain down. And if you've been doing it for years, when you're in your 50s and 60s, I think you have issues. Well, Kara, speaking of issues, you got Temperance reversed here. Is this just a general? Oh, what does Spirit have? Okay. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed too. I love that Wheel of Fortune, by the way. Reminds me of my spinning wheel, my spinning tarot wheel.
Oh, dear.
And then we have the Moon upright. So what does Spirit have for
Kara,
you?
it is not the male menopause. I can definitely assure you of that. The Moon upright.
Well, Kara. Things are really a bit uncertain. Well, this is very similar to another reading we had, but in a different way. That reading where everything was all about balance. Because, here we have Temperance, and here we have the Wheel. And it just seems like there's some imbalances, or things are not going right, or Spirit is saying there's going to be a little bit of a cycle downturn. You're on the low end of the wheel right now, so Spirit is probably saying to you, try to keep your balance, try to keep your composure, try to do things that will, bring the stress levels down in your life. Because there's a lot of uncertainty right now. And maybe on some level, on an intuitive level, you already sense this.
Right, because the Moon can be about how you understand things too, how you relate to them. And it's mystical, of course, and we did have the full moon. So maybe this is really talking too about you understanding these things, how they affect you, or the fact that, you have these issues you want to work on. And I think a large part of it, too, may be feeling like you're still really wondering, or maybe Spirit is trying to say to you, it's still a little bit of time before the wheel turns for you in the way you're hoping for it to turn. And maybe partially it's because you still have to work on all the other balance things, that some things are not quite there. Some things are, but some things are not.
Yep. That Wheel of Fortune today is being kind of brutal.
finicky.
Yeah, okay.
The gate.
The mountains.
The mountains. The bear. Does a bear climb into the mountains?
The bear needs to climb those mountains using all their strength and intestinal fortitude, as wrestlers used to say. I think The Rock used to talk about intestinal fortitude. Or maybe it was Mankind. I forget from my son's wrestling days. But at any rate, the bear is indicating that this is a time you need to just kind of plow through the obstacles. You know, there are going to be obstacles, but you can power through them. You have the strength and reserve to tackle whatever that wheel throws your way. Don't let it shake you off your balance, you know. Try to maintain, Spirit is saying, stability through uncertain times.
Well, I guess the obstacles are these ideas about, you know, the reversed temperance and the reversed wheel, you know, that maybe what the Spirit wants you to find out, what the moon is finding out, is to empower yourself to, that's the bear, empower yourself to work through those obstacles that maybe perhaps, you know, sometimes obstacles just mean I'll come back when they're not here. But maybe you are meant to challenge yourself with actually working through them and achieve that balance and achieve that destiny.
That's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that. I think we're on...
Purgati.
Oh, Purgati? Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay. I had mine a little reversed. All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, Purgati, let's see what we have for you. Can you please tell me regarding my future spouse, bond with him, when will I meet him? Ah, the when question. Future spouse, my bond with him. Okay, so this time we're going to do things...
Your way?
Huh?
Your way?
Well...
That reading. The reading.
Yes.
And I'm using the Uncommon Tarot for Purgati. You're welcome, if I didn't say that already.
I might modify it a little bit, so pay attention. Or do you want me to draw the cards? So
I'll let you draw them. And don't forget, we're on Thursday nights too. Come back 7 to 9 p.m., especially if you couldn't get in today or can't stay for today. And we'll try to do it again.
Just pick them up and I'll grab them. All right. Okay, let me... Okay, we have the Knight of Coins reversed. So we're going to start with that because this talks about your partner a little bit here. And actually, I'm really going to focus on the spouse and partner and say that they might be transiting when you meet them between jobs. I almost get the feeling here. They may be in business or some type of enterprise. I can't say that they've got a position of authority, They may be an earth sign. That might be evident here. But it seems as though they either might be transiting because they're having some problems, keeping their job, or it's possible too that maybe it's not so much their job, keeping their job, but also maybe is it financially rewarding enough for them. They may be having trouble trying to get a promotion or step up to make more money. So I feel like they're really trying hard, but there may be some difficulties here.
Right, that's what I see too. I sort of feel like maybe, they're a good person in most other ways, but on the material level, they're not quite as successful. And it could be that they don't feel confident enough about trying to get higher positions, or they haven't been particularly lucky in getting those positions. So they struggle on mostly is what I see.
So it's interesting. I got the Hermit reversed here, which makes me think that you are going to meet this person in a social situation of some sort. I just feel, or the other thing might be that it's possible you might meet them at some, I don't know if you're working, but you might meet them at some business or school situation where maybe they are teaching or instructing, or maybe they too, like you, are taking some courses.
Well, now what I see is like this is also the card of somebody who tends to be a slow mover. They don't make fast changes. They kind of slowly acclimate to new things. And this one here maybe talks about somebody coming out of a sense of solitude or removing. And I'm wondering if that's how you meet them, is that they have come back from a pilgrimage or from some sort of sabbatical where maybe they weren't actually engaged in society. Maybe they were in the military, something like that.
Well, yeah, maybe. I wonder here too if it's possible, because this is a pentacle. This is, the Hermit oftentimes takes knowledge and shares it with others. And so I can't help but wonder if maybe they're not so much in business, but they might be more of an educational environment too. I'm not going to rule that out here.
I like that because in a way it sort of suggests that they don't have a really upward trajectory on a career path, that a lot of educators are kind of, just in a linear line there because they're in education for the love of education, not because they're trying to be in charge of a university or a school system.
So as for the one, which is very, very iffy in tarot, I drew the next card because I wanted to see if it would give me a timeline of sorts, and it's a Seven of Wands upright. And the one thing that I could say here is that, well, wands, are they...
I know what I want to say here.
Go ahead.
I feel that this happens more or less when they feel they have achieved the level they're looking at. And some of that is, of course, sort of standing up for themselves in a way, too. Like the first card sort of suggested that maybe they're slow or reluctant to me to move towards some of their goals. But then I thought about them possibly being in education. I'm not saying this is for sure, but I do sort of feel like whatever it is, you probably won't want them, or they won't want to be in that climate for meeting you until they feel that they have gotten to some vantage point.
To try to give you more of a time frame is what I was thinking here. And what are wands?
I think wands are fall.
Yeah, fall.
And possibly months.
I really don't think it would be this fall. I think it would be by next fall, possibly. I also think that when I looked at the number 7, I thought of 7 weeks maybe, but really more like 7 months from now. So that's not a full year, and that's not fall. So I'm beginning to wonder if it could be 7 months to a year from now. I'm going to go with that. And let's see what else.
These are mine, right?
Yep, yours. Let's see what the Lenormand can add to this.
So there's the Clover, the first one from the Lenormand, and it's followed by the Star. And they're both very hopeful.
That's so awesome.
One is literally the idea of luck, but it's the idea of luck tempered by the idea of destiny, perhaps, or the idea of hope.
Right. There's a lot of hope here. There's a lot of synchronicity. It's almost as if you are destined to meet this person, you know, who will be your bond. And it is, like he said, destiny, but also it's going to happen, like, I don't know, it's almost as if you guys are going to click right away. You know, there's just this synchronicity. There's just this meeting of the minds, I sort of feel here. This is a card of luck, make no bones about that. It's also a card of fate combined with destiny. So I really feel that in time it will happen. It might be like what he said, when this person's life is more together so that they feel like they're ready to get involved in a serious relationship. But I'm looking at possibly, like I said, 7 months to a year from now.
And I like the numerology sometimes. I look at the 2 and the 16, that's 18, and then 1 and 8 is 9, and that sort of is the completion of a cycle. So I would suggest that when this happens, this really does complete that cycle of what we're talking about, you moving into this bonding relationship. I feel that way. I feel that this is definitely about love. And that's what we have for you. We have to move on.
Yep, that's what we have for you, Pagati. We'll be able to love each other. Well, I don't see anything there that would say no. And as a matter of fact, with that, with the clover there and the star, I do think so. I think it's highly possible. So good luck with that.
Good luck.
And who do we have up next? I think it's
Nisha. Who we have called for? Nisha.
Nisha, you are up.
Lots of love and gratitude to you, Pragati. Thank you.
Thank you, Pragati. Very sweet. All right, let's give Nisha a few moments.
Love and light.
Ooh, I'm going to have another one.
All right, I had several now.
I've had a lot.
They are good. They are good.
Oh my God, there's only 6 left. I didn't tell you how many were in there.
No, he's gonna knock it over. And we're gonna call again for Nisha. Nisha.
Second call for Nisha.
And soon, Violet will do the countdown.
Pretty soon.
But before that, we're going to also mention that it won't be long before the sun moves into Scorpio, and we will have the modality message, the monthly modality message. When the sun moves into each new sun sign, we talk about how your modality, be it cardinal, fixed, or mutable, will interact with other people's energies and how you can resolve things and do things. Do good
and
things.
It's Scorpio season, which means it'll be Mr. O's birthday. Yay!
Indeed.
All right.
Okay, I think we are ready to begin the
Count
countdown.
the down.
Counting down.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
All right.
Nisha, we almost did the countdown on you.
Go ahead and type your question. Awesome.
That's funny.
We do know there's a delay, so
Sure.
that's why we do the waiting thing.
We do a little bit of waiting, yep. In the nick of time, that's right. Oh, we're fine, of course. We're fine. You know, this is what we do. it really gets interesting when we get closer to finally doing the midnight hour one we want to do. We want to do one our time, 3 or 4 in the morning, sort of as a little gift to all the folks over in India, because it won't be 3 or 4 in the morning.
Or other places
or
that
else.
are on different time zones than
But
us.
we're only committing to doing it once, just to see how we like it. We figure we'll have to take a nap.
See if we can be awake at 3 a.m. our time.
We figure we have to take a nap maybe and then wake up and do the show. So we'll see.
We'll see. That's still really going to happen someday. And so are my other special programs, which will be Zoom invite meetings only. So it's really important to sign up to our other social medias. We'll try to make an announcement on our website too when we do this and on this show. But our Tarot Talks program and Tarot Triage programs will be starting soon. Tarot Talks will be first, and it'll be an informal gathering of a certain number of people, maybe up to 20 people in a Zoom room, where we can talk tarot and introduce ourselves more. You get to know us better. So it will be, something you have to reserve a space for. So stay tuned for more information on that. That is totally free. Tarot Triage will have a little cost to it because it'll be for those interested in learning more about the tarot from us.
Thank you. And Nisha, we need that question, or otherwise we'll have to do the countdown again.
Plus, there'll be more fun and activities this month. I'm trying to finally settle down this week and work on our webpage and get up some specially priced readings there. And also there will be some readings for the Halloween season. Some of the ones we did last year at Halloween will be available for people on our live show. Okay. We've got it. Current feelings.
Go. Okay.
Was it my deck?
Yes. Thanks, Nisha. We got your question there. So, Cigar Shinday, current feelings for you. All right.
Whoops, you've disturbed. You've disturbed the cat monster. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles upright. We have the Sun reversed. We have the Nine of Swords reversed. That's interesting. I have to think about this a minute. Let me get my wand and hold on. Oh, there it is. Sonny's got my arm and he's literally almost got his claw attached to me. Sonny. All right.
The Knight of Pentacles.
Yes, I almost think that, well, their current feelings towards you, I don't want to say this in a necessarily negative way. But it might come off that way, so I just want you to bear with me. But I almost wonder if this person is wondering, they're not really sure one way or another where they want to go, what direction they want to go with you. They think that there's potential for, they feel like there might be a potential for something to grow here. They really do, but they're maybe in a transitory state right now. I don't know if this is because they just recently maybe were in a different relationship and they had problems, or maybe the problems are between the two of you and that is why they're not certain which way they want to go. There's a little bit of uncertainty and pessimism here for some reason in this relationship, and I just don't know. Do you want to go before I go to that last card? Because I wanted
to go to the last card.
Oh, you want to go there first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
I know it's positive.
Because I mostly agree with what you said about the other ones, that maybe there's this idea of going one way or the other here. The sun sort of supplies some of that ambiguity, like maybe, excuse me, sometimes they maybe don't know if they're happy with you or about you, or if they're unhappy with or about you. And I'm wondering too if maybe they feel, I don't know if this is true, but they feel that maybe there's an emotionality about you or about you two together that kind of overwhelms them in some ways. And so they sort of feel like they can do without that, or that they're not sure how they feel about, maybe your relationship gives them emotional feels that, are not exactly comfortable for them.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would read this one that way, but I can see where you're coming from. I was looking at this card and thinking to myself, well then, one thing that they feel about this relationship is that you make them feel, you calm them down in some ways. They may have a lot of anxieties and a lot of issues, but there's something very calming about you that puts some of their fears to rest here. But they're just not certain exactly maybe what it is they want in life yet. Maybe in their relationship, in their love life. There's just a lot of uncertainty that they really want to, this relationship to get deeper or not.
Well, the sun reverse could be saying that they're not necessarily thinking about marriage, because sometimes when the sun is upright, it is something that could foretell marriage. Over here, it may just be saying it's not really something they're thinking about. Not that it means that there is no marriage prospect, but maybe I'm just getting the feeling like it's not really where they're thinking it's going for whatever reason. And maybe, I agree with Banshee, maybe there's a little harsh there. This is really more about understanding maybe that there is an effect that you give to them or that they feel from you, and that maybe it does calm troubled waters to some degree. But I get the feeling too that some of that just is sort of like, that's the nature of water. It flows one way or the other, and it may be calm one moment and not so calm the next. So I think that the Knight is really talking about their movement through this terrain of trying to totally understand how they feel about you and how they feel about where you may be going. All right, Lenormand.
Well, we've got the Broom.
And the first one is the Broom on that deck.
Well, which is the rod or the...
Right.
And then we have the mice.
The mice, the rats. You dirty rat.
So it seems to me, I don't know if you guys have been in conflict with each other, if there's been some discord between the two of you, but this person would really like to move away from things that cause conflict and discord. And so if that's what's been happening here, causing this pessimism or doubt or uncertainty, they really want to be free from that. So
that's what it looks like. It looks to me like they probably did something quickly to maybe indicate that, and maybe they haven't really clarified what that really was, and so there is misunderstandings on either of your parts, that maybe their swift movement might have just made you feel that they were totally withdrawing, but it doesn't really look exactly like that.
So if there's no conflict between you, basically I feel that this is about, they're just concerned that, that there's just maybe some type of stress or difficulties in working with you on things.
Maybe they need some space too.
Maybe they need space from time to time. I feel here, though, that they're very much in transition. And let me put it to you this way. I want to give you a ray of hope here, because this doesn't sound super positive, but it's not necessarily the end of the relationship. It just seems like it's not going anywhere at the moment. And so what you need to do here is, this person's in transition. They may be willing to listen. They may be willing to, move in your direction if they feel that it's not going to be stressful, it's not going to make them anxious, and that there is something worth, that something that is really, how should I say this, has the ability to grow into something successful. And right now I'm not seeing that with the sun reverse.
Right. It seems like maybe there is a sense of a timeout here, but I think that 9 there, that one really tells me that it isn't over. It's just really, they need some space. They're kind of holding space for themselves. And maybe you should indicate you're ready to help them too, if that's your desire. So
that was a tough one, but
so
that's what we have
for
for you. Feel free to come back and ask again, and we'll see how the cards are feeling.
And Rakesh is next, and we want to roll. So Rakesh has asked, will X return? How do you think we should do that?
We could do that as a yes/no.
Sure,
and
we can
see
always
what
throw
we
more
get.
later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do this as our yes or no question and see what nuance we might get from that too.
I want to go back to Nisha a minute, because I know you've been waiting a while for this reading. To me, it just seems really uncertain. Like they could go either way on this relationship, in how they feel about you. And it all depends on how stressed out, and if there's lots of arguments or struggles or strife in getting along, they're really going to kind of move on, I think. So let's put it that way. If you can work out differences, it will probably be okay. So is it easy to tell the aces in this deck?
I think so.
Okay. Let you pay everything in.
Look how he shows up in the corner. Cut him.
Oh. I'll count in a minute again. Just don't make him move. Okay. Ah.
He's resting on my knuckles, which I now have to move. You
Sorry.
heard that, eh?
I should have moved that.
Yeah, you should have.
I'm sorry.
Two
so
aces.
Is that an ace?
Yeah, it's the
With
ace.
the domino, and then this one has a
I know.
one?
This is why it's so hard. It just really is kind of hard. I'm sorry.
Just not sure about this. Okay. All right.
I think it's 2 aces.
It's leaning towards yes, but I'm really not totally sure.
Okay, fine. Keep going.
It's not a sure yes, because you have the 2 of, that's wands, correct?
Yes.
The Two of Wands is reversed here, and to me that kind of indicates that they may have other plans. They may really have other plans than getting back with you. But this is leaning towards yes. It might also indicate to me that, on a more positive note for you, if you really want your ex back, or ex to come back, that it's leaning towards yes because other plans that they had did not come through. And so how do you feel about that? Do you like the fact that, this person's just coming back because something didn't work out for them that they were hoping would, another relationship? So I guess that's kind of where I'm at here with this is...
Right. It looks like it's possible, but there is this idea hanging there that maybe it has problems with it too, that maybe it's not going to be exactly the same anymore.
And that could be too, right?
Right.
Right.
That it might just turn itself into a friendship, partnership kind of thing.
Well, or the thing is that maybe this could also mean, yes, he's coming back. However, it just, as he said, it just may not be the same as it was before. And that might lead you to believe that this was a bad strategy to have them come back. So I see it, one of these ways here that even though it looks like they could come back, it may not necessarily be the right thing or good thing. So what do you got with the Lenormand?
Yes.
There is a third party, see? So that's what you have to decide is, if things don't work out with that third party, is it really good to get them back? I know you want her back, but is it really going to be good? And will it be the same? Ultimately, you may find that it may not be the same.
The cross.
Ooh.
The letter. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know. That almost flies in the face of the yes or no because it does indicate some messages you receive will cause you some grief or heartache. They might be making you feel despondent. So I'm just going to say it this way, that it's possible, but it's probably not going to be for the foreseeable future. And you might get some news or information first that is leading you to believe it's never going to happen because it's, it's bad news.
I wonder if there's like a holding pattern going on here with the Two of Wands reversed like that. And that maybe this person really either wants you to believe or actually does believe that they can't really decide if they want to come back to you, if they want to stay there. It sounds kind of messed up, but I'm sort of getting a sense there that they're feeling this way or that they somehow want it to be that way, to have the best of all worlds, which of course is not going to work for everybody.
So I think you have to let this play. In a way, you're really got no choice, I guess, because there is a third party involved. You may want to let this play out, and see where it goes. But by all means, I would not put your life on hold forever over this, Yeah. So there may be people who are unattached and, that could be more, that might be better for you.
See, that's what I'm thinking, Violet, something like that.
So it's interesting. It's kind of a double-edged sword there. It's one of those things I have to tell you, Rakesh, is to be careful what you ask for or what you want, because when you get it, it may not be worth it, So I wish you luck with whatever way this goes. Good luck with that. And 7 Oceans, I believe. Am I right? Yep.
Yes, and they want a general for next week.
Okay. Very welcome.
You're welcome.
So we went into a little more, we're probably going into a little bit more overtime because we did a birthday reading today. But I want to remind people, we love doing those for people, who are loyal followers of our subscribers. If it's your birthday, let us know in advance and we'll try to squeeze in a birthday reading for you.
All right. It's your deck.
Oh!
Silly
Sorry.
person. You ought to be. I know you're always thinking, I know it's him, I know.
Do we have
it's
a
him."
question yet?
Yes, I already told it to you.
Oh, what is
too.
it again?
The general reading for next week.
Got it.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thought she'd be pretty foxy, eh?
No. Forgetful. Different F word.
Well, if I use the F word, it will be exactly the F word.
Oh.
Foolish.
Well, shut the front door, as they say.
Frumpy.
Frumpy.
I got a frumpy hair today.
Yeah, where's your beanie hats?
It's not here.
All right, shuffle.
All right, 7 Ocean Sky. A general reading.
Have we been arguing much today? We had one little spat
I'm too tired.
due to Sunny
to
the
argue.
cat.
I'm too exhausted.
Too exhausted.
I am. I don't know what it is. I just feel really tired.
And the sun is out and shining bright.
Ah! Cursed
Oh,
sunlight.
jeez. Hey, we've got the Two of Pentacles upright. Oh, we got that Devil upright.
Hot stuff. Oh, it looks like you know who. The devil.
And we got the Eight of Swords upright.
Oh. It's Mummy.
So this was a general for the next week. Well, Seven Oceans, you know, it's all about maintaining control and trusting that you have the ability to do so, I feel, in this week ahead. You know, the devil can be about obsessions. The devil can be about things that restrict us. The devil can be about indulgences, it's true, but letting them get the better of you here, you know? And the Eight of Swords indicates this idea that maybe you feel you have no power over something that has a hold on you. And whether it's a person, whether it's a workplace, whether it's a bad habit of some sort, that's the feeling here. And you need to regain balance and control in this situation.
Well, you know, it is the Halloween season, and I see so much duality here, and Halloween season is like that because we can wear a mask and be totally different from
That's
what
right.
we really are.
And that's what this deck is all about,
Yeah.
really.
But I sort of see here this interesting little idea that maybe you're holding yourself back from being as bad as you really want to be. Like there's a part of yourself that
Wow.
really wants to be that way, but maybe another part of you wants to hold yourself back there. And so that is a balance for you. Like maybe you're feeling like maybe there's some mixed signals if you let...
Feeling conflicted?
There's a sense of confliction, like maybe you feel like there would be mixed signals if people didn't see you in a certain respect as more balanced individual, but rather instead saw you as ready to throw down if you needed to throw down. But that inner debate is inside of yourself, I think. It's not really other people seeing this dichotomy, it's you. Other people maybe are more likely to see you can be bad all on your own.
Well, sometimes it's hard towing that line, you know. If I want to meme off of him a little bit here, sometimes it's hard towing that line and maintaining balance, particularly when there are things that you really want to enjoy in life and indulge in, but something does seem to hold you back from doing so. Every so often, we have to let down our guard and live a little bit too. So if that resonates with you, fine. Otherwise, I feel it could be what I've said, that something is really holding you back and restricting you and making you feel like you have no ability to overcome this. It's really got a grip on you, but you can achieve that balance if you try.
In a part of your life, I'm wondering, like, do you manage things? Are you a manager in your work or in other areas of your life? Maybe this is saying really that what you want to manage is also circumspect to how people are actually going to relate to that. And that could be for your home life too, that maybe you feel sometimes you have to hold the line and maybe tell people, no, you have to do it this way, you know, sort of the restrictive aspects of the devil. But other people want you to not be that way. And so you're playing that dichotomy from that direction too. All right, what else do we got? There's that wacky witch again. And there's those deadly flowers, which are really...
The lilies.
The lilies. Sorry.
Well, do they look like lilies in there? That could
I
be
don't
the
know.
clue,
They're pretty
too.
dark.
I think they're, well, it's okay.
Very dark violet, in fact. Whoops. Those are lotuses. Whoops. Go on.
So at any rate, you know, the broom is about sweeping things out. You know, sometimes...
Maybe you're just going to have to do it. You know, that just you decide that there's pressures that say, do this, do that. You know, no. Just do it.
I think a sign of maturity here is knowing when to fly on that broom and knowing when not to. You know, in other words, knowing that maybe you can sweep away whatever it is that is blocking you, that you don't have to allow things to control your life or get out of balance because, you know, you're bigger than your fears, you know.
All right.
I look at it that way a little bit too in this case.
Sure.
That's what we have for you. It's a little kooky. I hope you got something out of that. I love my Halloween trick-or-treat deck. It's fun.
And we're looking for...
You liking it, Mr. O?
Tidal wave. Yeah, I do like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
The art is really good. I do
Yeah,
like that.
it is. Most definitely. All right. Tidal wave is up. Hey, Tidal wave, you still with us? Yay! All right,
There
go
you
ahead.
are.
What do you got for us?
I'm still figuring out the mystery, but I think I have it now.
The mystery.
And it's not good.
I knew it too.
Oh, well. It
Yeah.
is what it is. What can I expect from the fall?
I'm gonna scrutinize your decks every week now.
The fall of humankind?
This
Oh,
fall.
not a
Okay,
problem.
from this fall. Silly Mr. O. Hey, no
see.
problem. So let's see what's going on for the rest of the fall here.
And I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot.
Which has no ambiguities.
None at all. None at all.
Hey, I used a deck with an extra card today. And you know, it's really funny. Before the show, I was trying to look that up and I couldn't find it in the booklet. But I have a pretty distinct memory about it. And it could be used in the way in which I did. I don't usually leave extra cards in my tarot deck when they give them. It's rare I use them for readings for the public, but that one I thought I could do and make sense of it, so I kept that one in there. All right.
All right.
What you got?
Card 1. Reversed Ace of Coins.
Okay.
Reversed King of Cups. No, I'm sorry. That's the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. And then the Two of Wands. This one is upright.
Well, it's interesting to me. It looks as though you might be backtracking or revisiting something. Maybe something that hasn't worked out for you in the past materially or financially. Now, I don't know if this means you're actually going to go back, say, to someplace you used to work at or something like that. What I do think is you're going to take a look back at something that didn't work out for you, that didn't grow the way you wanted it to, and maybe take those lessons and devise a plan, either now to let this go completely and go in a new direction, or to do a redesign. Like, maybe this didn't work for me then, but if I can look at this in a new light now, it might work for me.
I don't necessarily work in a linear order, and I sort of try to say that maybe these conditions could all be simultaneously or nearly so. So I sort of feel the Two of Wands starts me here.
Yep, Gina. But we're almost done. We got one more reading.
So thank you, Sunny, for helping me out here. So I see the Two of Wands there, and I think the idea is that to some degree in the fall, you know, you're feeling like, you know, things need to change a little bit. Like you sort of feel you like where you're at, but it's not exactly totally there. And that's why you're willing to consider some changes. Where these changes lead to maybe is saying you do need to look back on a process, I'm thinking, with that there. A process of saying, did this plan work the way you want to? Maybe it's actually very deliberate, or maybe it's more casual. Just the idea that something you expected to be maybe more prosperous for you. And maybe it's not necessarily prosperous in terms of jobs or things. Maybe it's other aspects of your life.
It could be relationships, something that didn't grow properly. You know, and looking back at, well, is there any hope for a new way, a new approach, a new plan to make things work? Or do I move on to something else? And, you know, the fall is the perfect time for some introspection, some looking back, you know, whether it's fondly at things or whether it's things that had not worked to your advantage, and maybe trying to vision for a new future. So I sort of sense a lot of internal work might be going on here.
Right. Well, to me, too, this could be saying that in looking at how to move ahead from where you're at now, you could be saying, also taking that quick look to see if you can rectify or change anything that you've already done.
Well, I've got some TV shows I watch tonight, Gina. I watch a lot of the baking championship shows, the Halloween ones on Food Network, but I'll be going through piles of mail. So I plan on working through my TV viewing later, too. It'll work for me.
I cleaned some boxes in the basement. I stacked up some old boxes to toss things. I put a few things in there that are junk. And they're in the garage waiting to go out on garbage day.
So now that I have my laundry
Okay, Tidal Wave, back to you.
Yes,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
Lenormand.
There we go. Tidal Wave.
Okay, interesting. So the first one in Lenormand is the heart. I'll put that there. And then it's followed by the tower.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, this could be, you know, if you are looking for a relationship, this could indicate that you're not going to be alone anymore after the fall, that somebody new might be entering your life. This could possibly mean also that this is more business oriented again. You know, this might be, or project oriented. I get the feeling here that this could just be saying you need to apply yourself towards something that really is your heart's desire, you know? So maybe whatever this was that didn't work out in the past, whether it's a relationship or something else, you know, has taught you now that it's time to really pursue what really is at the heart, your heart's desire. Whether it is something you're trying to rekindle, redo, re-envision, or whether it's something you really need to focus on now because you truly desire it.
And I don't feel that it's totally way in the past, of course, and I don't know that we're necessarily seeing that, but it could just be something really where you feel like that glow or aura is not totally gone, and so maybe that's the reason why it's okay to try to move on and try to see how to put that back together.
Yeah.
If it is a relationship or whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Caused,
failed business venture, whatever it is. Maybe it's even resolving some difficulties with family. Sometimes I see that with the Pentacles because there's a family element there, but I'm not so sure.
Cups themselves do talk about emotional situations that could be the gamut, literally friends, family, or other loved ones.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. I hope some of that resonates, and good luck with the fall. The rest of the fall. And finally, Violet Lotus.
All right, Violet.
You are up. Four, 4, 4. Oh, it's 4, 4, 6 now. I missed it. But those fours, I swear they're everywhere. You said we drew the 4 of, what was it? The 4 of Wands yesterday. We had the 4 of Swords reversed today for cards of the day for our collective on social media. And tomorrow will be another 4. There's my hint.
Well, Violet, I think, tossed us a real doozy.
Oh.
You're welcome, title.
Very vivid and wild lately. Wow. Well, this is the time. This is, the fours have been popping up, Gina. I don't know if I got to play a 4 or what here. But,
I know, 4s are really around a lot, aren't they?
I feel like this is the time for those vivid dreams and a lot of, like I said, there's just a lot of openness right now. So that wouldn't surprise me, but let's see what's going on. Let's see what the cards say. Oh, it's my deck.
Yes, why do you think I'm waiting?
Well, I just don't know. I'm going to use the ghost one for this one, since it's a dreamy kind of question. You're very welcome, Tidal Wave.
You are welcome.
Moon in Aries. Wait a minute. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Taurus. Oh, but you are the 4th sign of the zodiac. That's right. Yes. Doggone it. What is with these 4s? I was hoping this would be a lucky day for me today, this full moon. I haven't played my big games tonight yet, which really is only the Fantasy 5, but that Lucky for Life. Lucky for Life, Gina.
Do I get those soon?
No, I'm visioning Lucky for Life now. Actually, 4 is in the number that I play. I always get one easy pick for the big drawings and one that I created. And of course, 4 is the number that I play in all those numbers. So, yeah, there's definitely a 4 in there for April, the 4th month of the year. Oh, look it. It's the ghost card again, Violet. You got the card. Now, this is really going to apply to your reading.
Unexpected or...
But I'm going to throw 3 cards like we did last time. Basically, this card in the Ghost Tarot is about like connections with ancestors and the spirit realm. So I think it's perfect to use that association for this reading. But if it comes up in another reading where that does not seem appropriate, I take it to be hidden uncertainties or unexpected events, things below the surface. And then I just pulled the Ace of Pentacles for you, upright. Oh my gosh, this is not a yes, no. We have the Ace of Wands, upright.
Dang.
And are you ready for this? It's Justice.
Crap.
So, holy moly, what the hey? Where'd my wand go? Is he on my wand? No, I've got it. All right, so I think the spirit realm, you're very open to this right now. Energy is emanating from there, or even ancestral connections trying to get through here. This is heralding, maybe these dreams are heralding a very active time for you. The Ace of Wands is here upright, and also was the other ace, the Ace of Cups or the Ace of...
Wands? No, wait, that's the Wands. It's
Ace
the
of Pentacles. This is a real time of new growth and new things happening. You know what? I hate to say this may not be a transitory period for you. It might be that you are being more receptive and open in your dream state. This might be the state of things for a while here. And it might be due to some connections trying to get through to you. What is this card again?
Justice.
Yes. And I think the key here, though, is that you're going to have to try to find ways to bring harmony and balance. I mean, if these things are getting too edgy for you or too disturbing, you need to find maybe some ways to mitigate it and dial it down a bit. That might be why Justice is here. Do you see some other reason for that?
I'm not sure.
I have another idea.
What did you call this? Hidden or
it's really,
unexpected?
I think, unexpected, uncertain
forces.
Actually, what I want to say is things beneath the surface. I think that's the way I use it, or that there are spirits and ancestors trying to contact.
So what it feels like to me is that maybe the dreams are trying to position you to be more in this quality of justice, to be discerning at a more cosmic level. And it may be because spirit, the ones you work with, ancestors, have their own reasons, but they've chosen you to be this arbitrator of that, to maybe signal to you that you have to dive in a little deeper to learn more about the meanings of the dreams and decide which side you're on in that maybe there's a message there and you have to be able to articulate that message in the right manner.
I don't know why, but suddenly when I saw this, I feel here that maybe some of this is talking about the fact that you have to find the balance between the material realm and the higher realms.
Right, the transformative realms of fire.
Yes. Right? And that...
Right, because they're total opposites.
And that, it's okay for spirits to come in and help us and assist us and guide us and leave us messages. But, there needs to be balance here. So you may have to work on that. And it just may be also because, you've got so much going on in your everyday life, in your material realm, that they are now intruding a lot into your dream state and your nighttime realm to try to get, more messages through to you. But hey, set up some boundaries here. Set up some guidelines. Set up what you need to do to get a good night's sleep. Whether it's putting on music, whether it's doing things to really try to clear your mind so that hopefully, that it will stay that way. Whatever the case may be. Sometimes even it's a matter of, I do this because I have trouble sleeping in general, but maybe you want to consider blotting out, using eye masks And the reason I'm saying that too is that maybe it will close down some of the other things from coming through if they're just being too intense and intrusive right now. Oh, wow. I like what Gina said there. Touche, Gina. That's pretty good too. Well, let's do the Lenormand and see what we can add to this. Let's see here. All right. Whoa! Like, whoa.
Lady Pumpkin.
Not sure you're going to like this one.
What's the dagger?
The dagger,
Is
because of its shape, is the cross. Right. So, obviously, there is some stresses or some worries or some grief attached to this. In other words, I feel like this could stress you out if it continues at the pace it is. And so try to set up some boundaries, barriers, or try to do some work. I feel like, maybe walking the liminal space between the physical and spiritual realms. Yeah. But are you up for this right now? And if you are, because, we all do this to some extent anyway, just be sure that it's not taking too much out of you, okay? Because I sense that with this card here.
I'm really concerned here because my feeling is that the hidden or unforeseen forces or powers, could this relate to your bio family?
Well, generational traumas, maybe. When Gina brought that up, I thought about that.
But the justice thing too, the idea that maybe a big decision between these concepts that are so alien to you, what they really mean, what they think they mean, or what they intend to mean to you. And I'm almost wondering, because of that knife there, and that's the cross. The cross is the endings.
No,
right?
the cross. You always say that the cross is not the endings. The coffin is endings. The cross is. But depending on what it's around, for example, if the cross was here with the garden, then it would indicate possibly going to a cemetery or a funeral. But because it's here, it's more about grief and worry and sorrow.
I guess what I'm saying
sometimes long term
is the situation that I'm seeing here maybe will involve. I was talking.
I know. But you mentioned the bio family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this could relate to long-term things that have caused you worry, stress, and sorrow. Go ahead.
It's good.
Oh, I shouldn't have done it. Save me, Bly.
Blah.
Blee. Hey, we're done. And we're just about an hour over time. So... And if I didn't cut him off, it would have been longer. Longer.
I'm twitching now. Hey, it's okay.
All right. No, I'm sorry, Mr. O. But this was very interesting, and I don't know what to say.
If you call it making it, Angel Rivera.
I think I have to treat myself to some ice cream after this show.
I finished it when you were looking.
Dang you!
No, I didn't.
I'm sure you did
No,
not.
I didn't.
I'm sure.
I am, of course, teasing. But what I did feel is that maybe this situation seems to, in my mind, maybe say you're going to have to reevaluate or make judgments on what this really means going on. Like, in a sense, this is just me, don't be mad at me, but maybe some of what you've done with your family is really avoid them rather than resolving the thing. I'm saying that as an outsider that doesn't know everything. So maybe this is saying there's something that needs to happen there, but it doesn't mean you have to engage with them.
No.
I don't mean that.
No.
I just sort of mean it's like being solved spiritually somehow.
That's a good point. I mean, I can't rule that out, but, I think here it's very interesting, but this is the time of year where sometimes we have to make sure, because the veil is thin and we are very sensitive, that, you know, we kind of gotta be careful.
Right. No, I don't think you're like, you know, arbitrating with them at all physically, but I do think that maybe it's about the spiritual undertones that can be resolved that way. All right.
And that's what we have for you. All right. We're ready to sign off for sure. I want to thank everybody for being here. Gina watching us
Including our moderator, Violet.
Gina whistling while she worked, watching us while she worked. Angel Rivera watching us while he worked. And we hope everybody had a great time. We sure did. And we want to thank you all for your support. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you again, like, real soon. All right.
Well, we know we will.
We know we will. Take care, everybody. Love you. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.